Okay, all right, guys, here's the answers for the 7 practice problems that we did today. So they're going to be on the board. I will work quickly, pause as needed, and make sure you know how to do the electrons. So I'll go slow on the first one just so we're all on the same page. So the very first one is helium that you needed to do. And so with helium, it has an atomic number of 2 and a mass of 4. Remember, helium is in the first row of the periodic table, so because it's in row 1, you would draw 1 orbital or 1 shell. You always want to make sure that you take the top number, which is the number of protons, and that's going to go in the middle in blue to represent the number of protons. And then you want to take the bottom number, and you're going to do a little bit of math. You got to take the bottom minus the top to get the number of neutrons, and that's what goes in green, in this case 2. As we put the electrons around the outside, the electrons are the top number, which are going to be in red, same as the protons. Remember, the first shell can hold 2, so I'm going to put my 2 electrons in. You can put circles or dashes, whichever one you prefer. This would be the correct answer for helium. So we'll move on to the next one. I'll go quicker on these other ones. The next one is carbon. So carbon has an atomic number of 6 and a mass of 12. Carbon is in the second row. So since it's in the second row, I need 2 shells. Its atomic number is 6, so the number of protons is 6, right here from the top. Easy math here. 12 minus 6. 12 minus 6 is 6, so that number goes in green. And it also has 6 electrons. And so I'll do this one with the dashes. I can put 2 in the first shell. That leaves me needing 4 more to get to 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 in the second shell. So I now have my 6 protons, 6 neutrons, and if you count up all my electrons, 2 in the first plus 4 in the second, that is 6. All right, the next one we needed to do was phosphorus. Phosphorus is number 15. It has an atomic mass of 31. Phosphorus is in the third orbital, or third row, excuse me, so it has 3 orbitals. So I'm going to draw 3 orbitals. Again, very repetitive here. The number at the top, 15, is the number of protons, which goes inside in blue. I need to do some math. 31 minus the 15 is going to get me 16. So I have 16 neutrons written in green. And I have 15 electrons that I'll need to put in red. I can put 2 in the first and 8 in the second. That gets me up to 10. 2 plus 8 is 10, but I got to get to 15, so that means that I need 5 in the third shell. And that's what's important. Do you have 5 electrons in the third shell? Because you know the first shell plus the second shell should always equal 10, and then you get 5 in the outer, which gets you to 15. Okay, the next one is kind of a big one. The next one is iron. Iron is number 26. It's in the 4th orbital, so that means we're going to have 4 shells. Iron has a mass of 56. So 4 shells. So this is a big drawing. All right, but it's no different. It's just keeping up with your electrons on the math. Number at the top, 26, goes in the middle in blue. I take the number on bottom, 56, minus the number on top, 26, and that gets me 30 neutrons. And now I need to fill up to 26. So with one like this, I might want to keep track of how many electrons I put in to make it better. 26, I put 2 in the first. That knocks me down to 24. I can put 8 in the second. And that's going to knock me down to 16. I can put 8 more in the third. And that's going to knock me down to 8. Remember, the 4th shell can hold 12. I only need to put 8 of them out there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And that wiped out the last 8 that I needed. And if I went back and recounted, the first shell, 2, the second shell, 8, gets me to 10. The third shell, 8 more, gets me to 18. And the 4th shell, 8 more, gets me to 26. So iron would go 2, 8, 8, 8 on its electrons. That was a big one. All right, 3 more, going quickly here. Magnesium is number 12, has a mass of 24. It's in period 3, so I need 3 orbitals. Protons are going to be 12, same number as the number at top. 24 minus 12 is 12, so 12 neutrons in green. And with my electrons, 2 in the first, 8 in the second, that gets me to 10, leaving me with just simply 2 in the outer shell. 2, 8, 2. 2, 8, 2 for magnesium on the electrons. Nickel is the largest one that you would have done on the whole thing. It's very similar to iron. 28 electrons, 59 for the mass. It's in row 4, so 4 orbitals. Has an atomic number of 28, which is the number of protons. I got to do my math. 59 minus 28 gets me 31 neutrons. And then I probably want to keep track on this with my 28 electrons. 2 in the first gets me down to 26. 8 in the second gets me down to 18. 8 more in the third gets me down to 10. And the outside shell can hold 12, but I only need 10 of those spots. So put in 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So on nickel, you would have 2, 8, 8, 10. 2, 8, 8, 10. And that takes care of my electrons. Last one is fluorine, number 9, a mass of 19. Fluorine is in the second row, so 2 orbitals. Again, number at the top is the number of protons, 9. Easy math, 19 minus 9 is 10. And I only got to get to 9, so 2 in the first leaves me putting 7 in the second. And so it would go 2, 7. 2 plus 7 is a total of 9. All right, those are your answers. Make sure you know how to do that so we can continue with tomorrow's lesson. Have a good one, everybody.